Today is Friday, May 15th. We are going to be starting our final project. I'm going to talk you through how it works. Okay, so our final project is all about clay models. The goal is to accurately identify erosion and depositional features of terrain. You will be creating something out of clay. Okay, so the supplies you need are going to be cardboard. Okay, you can use an old shoebox, old cereal box. Um, Honestly, you can use anything that's flat with a somewhat stiff surface. Cardboard makes it easier for the clay to dry and kind of air out. Clay, you can buy your own, you can make your own. There's a recipe down below. I'll walk you through here in just a minute. Paint, if you have acrylic paint, cool. What worked best for my stuff in class was actually the cheapo watercolor paints that are like 99 cents. If you guys remember what the watercolor paints are, you'll need some toothpicks that you can poke into the clay. Labels could be made from paper. You can type them and print them out. You can write them down nicely, cut them out. You'll be adding them to the toothpicks. And then the glue stick is to help you kind of glue your labels to the toothpicks so that we can label our work. Okay. Our goal for this project is that it's going to take 5 days. Okay. We're going to be working on it today, Friday, then Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday next week. This is the last thing you're going to be doing. You are going to be choosing a scene from running water, glaciers, wind, or waves, and we are going to be identifying the erosion and depositional features of those. Okay, you're going to make a PowerPoint of your scene, and you are going to create your scene. Okay, you can either do a clay model or you can do a drawing. If there's something else you're having issues with creating or making, reach out to me and we can come up with an alternative thing for you to do for this project. But your goal is to create a clay model. Okay, so today is Friday, day one. We are going to be watching this video that you're listening to at this moment. You are going to choose your scene to research. Okay, you are going to choose 6 features you want to create and research out of that group and create a PowerPoint of 3 of those 6 features. Okay, so our options, okay, these are the features. We can choose anything from wind and waves. Okay, I'm just going to highlight these guys so you know what our features are. Okay, so we have wind and waves, desert and wind, glaciers, or running and groundwater. Okay, you have 4 different topics and you're choosing 6 things you want to make out of clay. So if I chose running or groundwater, I could create something with stalagmites, stalactites, caverns, geysers, and hot springs if I wanted. I'm choosing 6 things. Okay, I don't have to choose those things though. If I don't want to do stalagmites and stalactites, maybe I'm just going to do meanders, deltas, oxbow lakes, V-shaped valleys. Maybe I do a sinkhole and a waterfall because I think those sound cool. Or if I want to choose wind and waves, maybe I want to make a baymouth bar, a stream, a fjord, a tombolo, a sea notch cave, and a sea arch or something. I'd have to find a way to incorporate those 6 things or those 6 features in my wind and waves thing. So going back up to our instructions for day one, we are choosing a scene and 6 features. Once you have those 6 features, just come up with a slide with a title for each of those features, and you are researching 3 of them today. Okay, should be very simple. Tomorrow or Monday, you will be researching the other 3 features. Okay, so you're going to insert a file into the clay, or we're not inserting any of this. So you're just going to research the other 3 features and turn in um, what you've created. Um, Now, research instructions, things you need to know before you build your model, okay? You need to research these 6 features before you get started, okay? Things to include in your PowerPoint: the name of the feature you're going to build, a real picture of what you're going to build, and you're going to describe how it's created. Is it erosional, depositional, or both? Do not include any animations, a sort of background or change in the layout, a unique presentation feature. This PowerPoint isn't supposed to be pretty. It's the nitty gritty. We're keeping it simple. The goal is for you to use your PowerPoint as a reference while you're making your clay work. Okay, so this is Monday. Tuesday, we're starting part two. Part two, we get started making the clay. Okay, if you haven't seen the recipe for clay, it's under the grading rubric down here. This is our clay recipe. 4 cups of flour, 2/3 cup of salt, 2 to 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Start with 1 cup of hot water. You may need to add additional small amounts of water as you knead it together. It's best to mix it with your hands. Okay. Mix and continue, mix and continue. You can add color. Sorry, you can add color to it if you want. You could just leave it plain. I would leave it plain because you're going to be painting it. Store it in an airtight container as a Ziploc bag. It won't be sticky. We'll be able to move it all. Okay. But here's some examples. The clay that we were using last year was white. Okay. They have at least 6 features. They identified some of our things kind of fallen off here. You guys have seen these hanging out inside my classroom. They used to be on the back bookshelf. Okay. But again, these are just painted with the watercolor paints. We use the recipe. It's up here. If this seems like too much or you don't have enough flour, you can cut the recipe in half. That should be totally fine. Okay, but this is what we're doing for part two. So part two, day 3. This is Tuesday. We are creating our clay, and we're going to start sculpting our scene. So you're going to gather your supplies. You need cardboard. 8x8 is suggested, but you can do any size you want. Okay. You need your cardboard, your clay, paint, toothpicks, labels, a glue stick, and tape. After you make your clay, you're going to use your PowerPoint to sculpt the scene. You should have pictures of each of the scenes that you need to create. Do not put features randomly on your cardboard. Okay, put them near where they would go. If you're building a cavern and you want to add stalagmites and stalactites, make sure those things are inside the cavern. Don't put them somewhere random. Okay? Make a scene that you would actually see in real life. Okay? Use the examples down here at the bottom to help you. Okay? Now, after you've created your scene, stick a toothpick in the feature that you've created so you know what you were making. Okay? Let it dry overnight. You are welcome to make extra features, but they don't need to be in your PowerPoint. Okay, so if you wanted to do the water features and you just wanted to build a whole scene, go for it. Okay? Day 4, the watercolors are great. They're $2 to $3 at Walmart. Paint your scene, let it dry overnight. Okay, so you want your clay to dry first. You don't want to paint the same day you made your clay formations, because if you do, it'll take forever to dry. The clay takes at least a night overnight to dry. It'll harden, and then you can paint it. Okay. So day 4, which is going to be Thursday. Sorry, Thursday we're painting, and Friday, last but not least, you're making pretty labels for your features. Tape or glue your labels into your features. Take several pictures of your scene, okay, and turn these pictures into the not the project turn in, but you want to turn it into our team assignment. Okay, I want multiple pictures. Take a picture of your phone, email them to yourself, copy and paste them into the Teams assignment. Oops. I'll make sure that it's bold. Okay, so if you have any questions on this, guys, it's going to take 5 days. Use this video to help you out. Use these pictures down here to help you out. Call me, email me, get a hold of tech if you need them. But yeah, it should take us 5 days. I look forward to seeing your final project for 8th grade science.